ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I am going to make a video explaining my speedrun just for fun. I wanted to do a commentary track, but might as well do some commentary and gameplay at the same time. And here we go. So I select Claire's campaign because it is the easiest. I play assisted just because the enemies, the zombies, are a little bit more slower and they deal less damage. So if there are any mistakes, which there generally are in terms of doing the out of bounds glitch, I'm not taking too much damage. Standard, I believe after the first bite you go into a caution state. Could be wrong with that. It has been quite some time since I've played standard. Hardcore, you're pretty much going into the dangered state after each and every bite. So let's just go ahead and select assisted. So explaining the run, as of right now, I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but I am pressing start and X. So all that's doing is skipping the excellent and fantastic cutscenes. Same here as well. Well,
are you okay?
That's a little bit of a mistake there, but what I like to do is hug the wall.
I'll check it out.
Just go ahead and pause this. I like to hug the wall to sort of make my turns a little bit more sharper. And I do a little quick turnaround. So quickly. So what I like to do, if there's any usable item or key item that you need, I try to put it in the first slot because all you have to do is just press A and it just saves some time. Again, just smashing out of the cutscenes.
Attention all citizens.
Same here as well. So the snap move on this game is like back in B. So at key points of this run, that's what I tend to do. I have seen other runners like snap and turn. I'm not really that great at that. And also what I'm doing there by quickly aiming, I sort of like copied that from other runners of this game. I believe the intent is to shorten the animation of Claire here stepping. So I'm just trying it out, see if it improves my runs. Okay, as soon as Claire touches the gate, that's when I quickly mash start and X. So this run doesn't... I don't plan for this run to be a record-breaking one. The reason why I've been doing these runs is just for fun. The category that I'm playing on is banned on speedrun.net currently. I haven't checked any other types of speedrunning sites, but again, this is just for fun, as quickly as possible. So,
Focus, Claire. Focus.
I am aware that the unlimited weapons are not necessarily that impressive for a run. Even myself, I tend to skip videos as soon as I see the unlimited weapon, just because it's an instant win for the most part. So I do understand that, and I just do it because it just makes the run a lot faster. And the name of the game of the speedrun is to beat the game as fast as possible. So what I did there is, as soon as the zombie hits that door, the officer, I'll just fire a rocket out of the window for these people. As soon as I hear the lady zombie scream, I'll just shoot.
So nobody knows what caused this?
I'll shoot a rocket with a great distance between myself and them, just so that way I don't do that stop animation covering your face. Okay, so now, for those who have seen my videos, this is the part that I sort of hate the most, and it can be negated by playing normal and hardcore, but again, I'm playing assisted, so auto-aim is on by default. So here I grab 2 health items. Most of it is just for safety, because the zombies are somewhat unpredictable, and I'll explain once I get to the library zombie. All of this is just pretty much straightforward. I try to hug as much of the corners as possible to sort of lessen my running arc. And for my run at least, these zombies are unnecessary to kill. I mean, you can do it for fun, but again, it just wastes time. Same thing with this guy. As soon as I get up to like the second floor. So I'll shoot a rocket right there in that corner. Again, not too close so I don't hold my face, that animation, just to get that guy out of the way. There's the library key that I used to grab, but I realized that I don't need it because I leave the library in a really unintended way. Okay, now the zombie. Oh, the library zombie. So you saw her walk towards, well, just under this little bridge here. That's bad luck right there, in the sense that now I have to wait for her to potentially meet me over here, and/or I have to go and grab her. Okay, so that's okay, but not the greatest. On some of my other runs that in terms of my practice, sometimes she'll walk right here, so essentially what I got was a less than great kind of spawn for her. I believe all the zombies are on a global timer as soon as you start the game, so if that's confirmed, then it would make sense, where sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. So this is a perfect example on not getting lucky. She is running into the wall and there's no point. Yes, I know. Come on, I need you. Come on, girl. Come on, baby. Okay. So what I used to do in the past is shoot her at the base of the stairs, but to save a little bit of time, I'd rather have her walk up towards me. So now becomes the run ending, well, the first run ending portion of the run. Again, lately I've been having issues with this. One more? Yeah, I messed that up. Okay. So normally if I was going for a record attempt, I would stop it here, but just decided to do a commentary track and kind of go over some things that can go bad and do go bad, and this is definitely one of those that can go bad. Now we wait. So more? Okay, this looks good to me. Again, this is more of a casual explaining my run. Okay. So I took a little bit of time out of there to adjust my height there, because too high you go through the map in a very awkward way. Too low you don't get that sort of jump scare animation. Okay, so now this part I've been having issues with lately. I've been getting semi-lucky like I did there. The purpose of that is to clip in bounds of that little room there that goes to G1. I believe that's the name of the Birkin's first monster. Okay, after that, we're in the parking lot. So by me running into the sedan, that's essentially my sort of safe strat that I came up with. I don't really watch too many speedruns of this game as of recent. So for me, the sedan is the... I mean, it may not be my strat, you might have seen it somewhere else, but essentially that's what I started doing, because you have that great distance to get over the geometry for a little bit, that wall. And then I step on the back of the sedan so I can quote-unquote properly load this zone, so that way I can to do this part. And as you can see, I am not necessarily doing it that well, but again, this is just a casual run. Judging by all the mistakes I see currently, as of right now, if the rest of the run goes perfect, I'm looking about like a 31, 32 kind of run. So it's important here to get on this sedan. You gotta get yourself back into bounds. Okay, that was actually pretty good. I've done better, but we gotta put ourselves back in bounds. Normally there are zombies and dogs here, but since I'm not supposed to be here at this point in time, they do not spawn in, but the rest of the geometry does, so which is really fortunate for us. So, for those who've noticed that the video quality looks really washed out, so I had to bump up the gamma and the brightness of this game just because it's pretty dark. I mean, both gameplay-wise and visually, it's pretty dark, and I need to bump up the brightness so one, you guys can see, too, so I can see as well.
I have the pendant.
Especially on the zombie here coming up that I need to skip the sewers. Okay, everyone's favorite police chief there, and R.I.P. that woman, mayor's daughter, I believe. Okay, so far the rest of the run, it's
Sherry,
do a little bit more of some of that animation skip if I can.
Sherry, I'll be right there.
So the rest of the run is solely dependent on the zombie in the sewer. Now he's been giving me some issues lately,
Don't stop.
probably a little bit more than the library girl, but again,
Keep going.
this ain't really for a run attempt, or a record run attempt. This is more just speaking into the mic and giving some shedding some light on my speed run that I like to do.
Can you hear me?
So what I used to do by mistake is I would heal up before this part. You know, after the first zombie, I would use like the herb. I have learned to not use that so quick or so soon, only because after Mr. I almost said Mr. T. After Mr. X, well, after that entire cutscene with Sherry as well, I believe you're in a caution state. So I've learned to save my item, at least the spray can, until then.
Here.
Of course, I got rid of the knife because I do not get any extra inventory spaces as of my new routing of the run you're seeing. Okay, so what I've been practicing there is I'll shoot a rocket into the room to get rid of the zombies there currently. And I try to mash and skip that cutscene of her dropping as quickly as possible. Again, it's just in the nature of saving time. So now it's on to the second point of failure in the run because this man has been giving me so much issue lately. So not for the sake of making noise or because I'm bored, I really need to kill the bigger zombie back there just because he greatly does impede the run, especially since all I need is this guy here. So to my current knowledge and lack of testing, you can only use the sort of normal modeled zombies to perform this glitch. Again, this is version 0.02. This is an older version of the game because this is what makes this glitch extremely easy to perform. Okay, so as soon as he gets on the first step, that is not the plan. As soon as he gets on the first step, I'll run past him and go downstairs. But unfortunately, since he bit me, I'm gonna have to wait until he gets into formation. Unfortunately, he's kind of like dead center. Let's see what I can do now. Alright, so I found better luck by having him in this area. So one more grab. Okay, let's walk back into him. So pretty much that's what's been ending my runs lately. Is I'll get too far into his character model and he just ignores me. Claire said exactly what I was thinking. So now let's go ahead and reset him. Get in this corner so that way his turnaround time is a little bit quicker. 1, 2, and that should be it. Alright, that was not it. So what I'm doing there, since I have a little bit of time to explain, is that I need to get to roughly around his shoulder, just so that way he'll grab me at this edge right here. So the game forces you on a 180-degree plane, and it doesn't register that you're on a slope. Of course, this would happen when I'm doing a commentary track. So what I'm going to do is, you know, use the next of the healing items. Again, this trick is not easy, and I know in some of my other videos about me breaking my personal records and stuff. Generally, this trick was working quite lovely then, and obviously now it is not. And it hasn't been for the past couple days. One more. Okay. Up. Too far. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and reset one more time. So, what I was saying a little bit is that, yeah, the game, when they bite you on the floor, it thinks that you're on flat ground. So because I'm at a slope, it forces me to... Okay, this should be it. There we go. So, okay, after this, so to explain this, as soon as it works the first time, right? You run into the corner because that'll adjust your height. So for him, you have to be careful because he can grab you from the steps, and it has happened. So for those who, well, if you make it this far, thank you for hanging in there. But for those who watch, I believe the German run, excuse me, I believe it shows that he grabs me, and it is really, really unfortunate. So, okay, so after all that, we run out of bounds, and we will skip the entire portion of the sewers, which is a little bit time-consuming, both Claire and Leon. Okay, so now we made this far. We have no healing items, so the rest of the run should be fine. Okay, as soon as it fades to black, a couple seconds later, we will skip, and now the rest of the run is just straightforward. So because we skipped all that, the game doesn't know how to handle Sherry, so she is in her T-pose. And at this portion of the game, if you played the correct way, you should be holding Sherry as run. You should be holding Sherry when you run into the lab and you lay her on the little security room.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open. For your safety,
At this point in time, this is when I'll check my phone or take a drink of, take a sip of coffee. Okay, as soon as you get in there, mash start in X and press A to grab the wristband. So now the rest of the run is, I would say, intended for the most part. What I do here from now on is I'll do a lot of careful menuing. No need to kill any zombies here unless you feel like it. But generally they're too slow. They'll ignore you, especially on assisted. So. The only zombie that I actually kill is this one right here. He's an umbrella, I believe he's an umbrella like security guard, or he's part of that task force that wants to steal the the virus from Burton. My lord's a little rusty, so you're gonna have to forgive me. Excuse me, sir. Alright, so you see that green door right there? Be careful when running through this hallway because a zombie is right close to that door and it will grab you, and yes, it is grabbing me several times in a run, so.
Dr. Lee, your presence is urgently requested by Chief Cartwright in the East area.
So because of the sewer mistakes, as you can see, if you're trying to do a record run, and he's just giving you trouble, that's another reset for me. And again, I've gotten that far, just to stop the recording and just, you know, erase it essentially, and start up the run again. So, my or a little bit of my history on this game is that I've played this a lot ever since its release, and I fell in love with it. I played but never beaten the original Resident Evil 2, so when this game came around, I was excited. I was like, okay, well, cool. You know, I'll give it a fair shake this time around. So before I go into that, I need to make sure to kill these ivy zombie monsters, I believe, plant monsters, just because they insta-kill you. Okay. That was a little bit of some serious time, just because that puzzle has been giving me so much issue. Yeah, I've played this game a lot, and I used to run Leon. I did. I know all my videos are nothing but Claire. But Leon's run is more of the intended way, and I kind of forgot how to play the intended way, especially this late in the game. So.
Manual mode engaged.
Red,
Adjust
green,
amount of solution
blue.
to match cartridge capacity.
Pretty simple pattern. But I do have my notes next to me just in case. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen, but let's just see if I... Okay. You weren't supposed to get an extra spin, but again, I had to do a little bit of a recovery there. Alright, so let's go ahead and mash A, put in that first slot. Oop, don't change the weapon. Again, if this was on a record attempt run, I would have restarted a long time ago, but again, this is more of a casual talk into this run. Thought I'd put a voice, another voice in my video. Some of my earlier content was Minecraft specific, just because I still love Minecraft, but I don't see any point in making content in that as of right now. So, explain this little trick real quick. So I'll run up the stairs for a little bit. Try to put some distance between myself and the zombie, at least in the blast radius, and that guy as well. So that way, the only pause time is for you to take aim and fire. I try to work on that as much as I can, but again, every run is different. Put that in the first slot. I did not mean to do a 360. Okay, so the combination... There we go. I used to be I used to be better at that. But anyways, the combination for Claire A and Leon A, I believe, are the exact same. You got Murph and Os or something, I believe. OSS. Alright, going back to my story. Yeah, I used to run this game with Leon and Claire. I used to... the Claire run you see is the same... Well, roughly around the same Claire run that I used to do back in the past. I used to be a little bit more safer. I used to grab an extra inventory slot, and I believe I used to board up some windows, or the window in the beginning part,
Welcome back,
going up the stairs to the library area. I used to board up that window, and I don't know why.
Damn. Should have packed.
Oop.
My parka.
But yeah, I have several attempts with both Claire and Leon. Unfortunately, I had to play them offline again because on the I play on the Xbox One X, and they kind of force you to update, not upgrade, but update, and I am forced to play this game offline because I still like to do these runs on occasion. So I got more of a kick on doing these nowadays just because of the announcement of Resident Evil 3 Remake, and I am totally excited. And if there are any exploits, you better believe I'll be doing some videos on that. So we'll see. Again, I played the games casually at first. Then afterwards, I started, to hear some rumors about people breaking it, and then
Dispensing solution.
I don't remember
So
the
much
name
for
of the
the
man
weed
now, but I
infestation.
believe he's a man from China, I believe.
You have dispersed solution.
He did like an out of bounds tutorial. Rough. Okay, I don't know what happened to him, but all right. And I saw him getting out of bounds, and I just thought that was a really cool thing to do. It really rejuvenated me playing the game a lot more. Well, replayability, I guess, in terms of gamer speak, right? And yeah, just started trying it with both characters ever since. So I found that with Claire, it is the most beneficial because you skip the entire sewer area with her, and you just essentially, after the library, run straight to the middle of the game. So that's why I run Claire, because it is the quickest. With Leon, you can skip the puzzles, and you can get to the underground quicker, but again, you still have to play the intended route. And Ada does have an out-of-bounds skip, but believe me, I have practiced that so many times. Well, last year now, and I could never get that clip to work, so I generally don't do that. Oh, and also what I forgot to do was set this one up. There we go. It's like left-right for that one. Again, this is more of a casual run. If you've made it this far, much appreciated. So, but yeah, no, I've loved this game. I've beaten it. Can't really tell you because it's offline, but I would say close to about 100 times at this point in time. And I love it. It's great. I highly recommend those who own this game. If there's any way for you to sort of practice these out of bounds, like if you're on PC, maybe you can down patch it. I highly recommend trying it.
Thank God.
Alright, so now we're going into,
Antiviral agent.
I believe this
Gotta get
monster
back
is
to Sherry.
G4? Really lost track of my lore again. I know it's William Birkin, but sort of lost track of my monsters here. So he takes 5 shots unassisted. So now the trick is to walk backwards. Missed the first one for RNG manipulation. Can't say that word right now because this man's about to hit me. I'm glad that that didn't register. But okay, so we're perfectly fine.
Target has been neutralized. Ending quarantine.
Alright, that is the first and only boss battle, essentially. Well, no, that's a lie. That is the... Well, it's the same guy, but he's mutated. Well, that's 1 out of 2 bosses there. At least for this run. But, alright. So where I was getting at is, I highly recommend this game, both casually and speedrun-wise. I do know this game is run better on PC. You can save the comments below. I understand. Well, that was not supposed to happen, but anyways, yeah, it's a really fun game. I really enjoyed. I believe now you can purchase the power weapons. I had to unlock these. That's not right.
Sherry,
All
can you
right.
walk faster? Yeah. I don't want to rush you, but we have to go.
Anyway, so where I was getting at is that, yeah, at least for Xbox and PlayStation, I don't know how it is on PC. I think for like $5 you can buy the unlimited weapons,
Let's get the hell
which
outta
is
here.
something that you would have to, well, which is something that we originally did by playing the game as quickly as possible. And I still remember those early days talking with my friends on Xbox Live, saying like, I don't know about that. I think I beat the game, and that was pretty much all I really care about. And I watched, I believe his name is Trance. I can't remember for the life of me, the speedrunner who was doing this on
Claire?
PC.
Yeah?
So I was like, you know what? Well, maybe there is a chance to speedrun.
For helping me.
And that's pretty much where the passion started. Started watching a lot of different people.
Really glad I
Started watching
met you,
different
Sherry.
runs, and
Save your
slowly
thanks until I get you out of this place.
started to build my own path. What you see here for me is essentially everything that I've been working on. If it works, or when it works, actually. But okay, so now we're gonna run to the end of the game. Do some stair skipping right here, just to lower. Yeah, that animation where she slightly crouches, that's what I believe we want to avoid. Still practicing that, not necessarily that great. Don't have to shoot the Ivy monster there, but I just do it, well, for the fun of it, I suppose.
Minutes until detonation.
Okay, that guy doesn't wake up.
Sherry, run!
That one, well, dies. This guy is scary on standard and for sure on hardcore. Again, the Ivy monsters, plant monsters, whatever you want to call them, Ivy zombies, they, as soon as they grab you, it is an insta-kill. So I try to avoid those
Of course.
as much as
Stupid
possible.
thing's locked.
Alright, so
Hold
now
on.
there's a little bit of a...
Sherry, what are you? I think I can
I have never seen that. Doesn't he normally fall? That's new to me. Yeah, I believe as soon as I shoot him, he falls, but I guess not. So at this part of the game, and also my rambling, it's a timed event, a timed fix event. We gotta wait for her to slowly walk on this OSHA-friendly vent to go into, well, ductwork into that vent to open the door. So, from my experience in the past, if you go in this corner here, I won't do it now. She blocks you with the door, and it is, again, a time killer. That's why I learned to go on the other side. I don't know if the zombie even gets to you since he's on fire and taking damage, but again, I always shoot him just in case. You never know
Sherry,
with this game.
you hanging in there? I'm right behind you. Atta girl. Think we're almost out of here.
If I add a herb, I can combine that with the red one to
Worth a
make
try.
a powered herb. I believe you're able to take a couple hits with it. Oop. Okay, mash out of that cutscene real quick, grab that. Alright, so now that is the power source for the elevator for the train, which is in the train card. That doesn't make any sense, but oh well, Resident Evil. Quickly mash that cutscene, and now onto the final boss, the last part of the game. I believe, I think this is G5?
What did you just die?
For those who played the B scenario, I believe this final version at B5 or B6. Again, my apologies before. And also for the last. That was one. Alright, pretty bad. Generally, I do play better than that. Alright, now let's see what kind of time we got. I say about a 34. Oh, well, actually did pretty good. Well, I did better than intended. Or expected, sorry. So, yeah, that is my run in, my rambling for this game. Again, I started playing it again because of the announcement of Resident Evil 3, and it's a cool run. It is awesome to get out of bounds, and really does add to the replayability for me personally. Again, I played this game, my first run of this game, I'll just show you really quickly. 31, 37, not bad. I'll probably put that into the title, casual speed run.
Resident Evil 2.
Just to show you some of my results. Well, to prove that I also ran Leon, this is what we got here. Oh, I had to save 5 times for that one, so that wasn't a plus run. So some of these runs here, I saved 3 times. The first one was before the library zombie. I did grab the key then, so that way I can make a quick save if the library zombie was giving me trouble. And boy, does she love giving me trouble. Second one was, if you recall with Claire, I dropped down and tried to skip that as quickly as possible. There's a save point in that room, so I did it there. The last save was just before I think it's G4. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the boss battle that I just ripped apart with 5 rockets, he was scary. So playing that legitimately was pretty tough. Just to not to waste more of your time, because either you're gonna eat dinner, you're gonna eat lunch, or eat dinner, or sorry, you're gonna eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner at this point in time. If you've made it past this, or if you made it to this point in the video, I think I had 4 or 5 grenades, at least like 150 plus rounds of 9mm, or you know, the common ammo that your pistols take on this game, and luck. Nah, I think I also had like the shotgun, I believe. I don't really remember these runs, but this is just to show that I've ran Claire and Leon both different times. But yeah, no, it's a fun game. It's also the time ranking system down there. So, but yeah. Anyways, what I was getting to in this long-winded casual run, or cruise, it was a cruise speed. There you go. Fun game. I really do enjoy it. The glitches are amazing. I'm really glad they were discovered. I'm really hoping that the other game has it. 3 Remake, hopefully. But that game I do intend to play it legitimately the first couple of times. You know, we'll see if there's any exploits found, and then, you know, maybe I'll record some speedrun videos on it. So, but again, if you've made it this far and put up with my rambling, very much appreciated. I've been on a long hiatus from YouTube. Some of my earlier work is a little bit more edited down and with a little bit more effort. Moving forward, I don't necessarily plan that much of a production. It's just I guess like I want to say a design choice, but a sort of aesthetic choice. Want to make these as quickly as possible, but yeah. If you watch this, amazing. If you skipped out, you know, a couple of minutes in, again, I appreciate you stopping by. I might do some more commentary tracks. Maybe I'll probably, I don't know. Maybe I'll play some other games and stuff. I know Terminator, the Ghost Recon, at this point in time, in 2020, January 29th or 30th at this point, there's a Ghost Recon Breakpoint event, the first one, so I might record that, or who knows. But alright, appreciate you watching the video if you made it this far, and look forward to more runs, and hopefully I break my record. Thanks.